Good day, everyone. My name is Christopher Kalali. I'm here today to show you my new and improved project, Bot Adventures the Show. You remembered from my previous videos that I showed you the website. I've improved it now, but I'm still working on it. So let me just lecture you and show you about it. Let's go to PyCharm. You all know I'm going to explain this in details. Let's start from line 1. This is at the beginning of any HTML document. Then the HTML lang equals to n. This is just the language for the website. Then the base is just for the base of the website. What the website is gonna be like. UTF-8 is what the code is gonna be. Now you are going to write the title. That's what is gonna apply to the website. Then base href equals to https / www.wikipedia.org / this is just what the website will be like, so it will look like a Wikipedia page. Then the head of the website, of what the website should naturally look like. The script is just some things that describe the website and what the website should be. Then all the links you see here, that are just style sheets. This one is just a script. Then the resource loaded dynamic styles is the content of the website. Then the style sheet is what is used in improving the website. The generator of the wiki. This thing is the generator of the wiki. Then the referrer is both origin, when cross origin, and when dash cross dash origin. Now we're here to talk about the title of the website. Then you can see the screen. This shows the screen with. Then we go on to the application XWiki. Edit this page. That means you may have to edit this page if you want to, but it may show an error there. Link rel edit this page. The same thing for this here. Apple Touch. These ones are necessary to explain. This one is just for the web page. Then the style sheet for the website is now here. You see it? The script is here, and the language is English, as you can see here, just like I mentioned earlier. Now the meta resource loader dynamics content equals to quotation mark. Link rel style sheet equals to href load.php. Lang equals to n. Module sites dot style only style skin equals to vector. You can see it here. I've already gone through this one. Let me skip that part. This one is the wikimedia.org. Now this is just the beginning of the body. Now let's move here. This is just like the starting of the body, content, the body, and the main. This is just like starting over. starting the website. Then the body content is the site notice, while the indicators of the body content. Then this is the first heading. The first heading is what have interest to show. Then div body content, MW body content. Then div site sub, not print. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Div content sub 2, jump to nav. A MW jump link, jump to navigation. This one is jump to search. Then let me now explain how I did this table little by little. Now this thing is just the starting of the table. This is just the title area. This is just the title area where you can edit the title. Then as you are seeing it, and it all starts with the genre. The genre is the first row of the table. You can see it. You can see all the links I put: fantasy, action and adventure, comedy, slapstick. Then you can see this here. This is the start of another line. This is the start of another row. Developed by is here. Then the starring, TDTRTH starring. This Noah Schnapp, Henry Cavill, and Aquafina. These ones are just easy to explain, but not yet. Theme song composer. This one has an error. We'll fix it. We'll fix it later in the future. We'll fix these errors later in the future. But for now, let's manage them. The best. These are this, and you forgot to identify small. Let me introduce you to those. Those ones make the text very small. And that's how you can see it like this. Composers. This is another one here. Font size 85. Span. This span of the page. Let me now go down to explain. The country of origin is here. Original language here. Number of seasons and everything. You can even see aber. That means the short form. Abbreviation. It means abbreviation. Title equals to number. Then it ends here. So the same thing happens here too, and the number of episodes. Abbreviation. Now you can even see the link, the introduction of one link, the episode part. Then I just improved this to 22 minutes. Then div td. This is the start of another line again. Production company. This is the start of another one. Release. It's just the beginning of a new one, of a new column. Then you can see the original release. This to this, you can see it. Then I can explain this. Is a link. We already met this problem earlier. So let me just take the case. And in fact, it ends with the A because it's a link. It's the end of the statement. Okay. Then this says here that This series was released September 23rd, 2041, exclusively in United States, Canada, Latin, United Kingdom, etc. Of what I said. Then it ends with a P because it's the text, because it's a text box. Now you can have both. Now let me explain here. You can have both. You can have both the text and the link there at the same time. So let me show you. Then you can see an introduction named SUP. SUP is just the site reference of which site do you want to go as a reference. In fact, they even said it has a class here, reference. And you can see Selena Gomez, the link, like I was talking about earlier. Then the sub also has an ID too, along to it. So let me see the next line. This here is only a text, but later you see another site reference. Then it says, it still says a reference again. In addition, this series was made with Toon Boom animation. There you guys see a link there, entirely. Then it ends with entirely. Then you still have another reference after it. Then you can see a total of 400 episodes have been released. Then talk. This is gonna take a while to explain, but I'll just try to explain it. Here it goes. This talk level number 1 and talk session number 1, it has the cast and the characters here. And then talk level 2 and talk session 2 as main characters, 1.1 main characters. Then talk level 2, talk session 3, secondary characters. And then now I've set talk level 3. Sorry about that. You have talk level 3 and session 4. Then you can see a link here, episodes. Then this is 2, and also the span, and this is talk text. Now let me explain this area briefly. Cast and the characters. This is also an ID, like I explained earlier. Also, span, class equals to edit section. That means the edit button will be there once I run the website. I'll be running it very soon once I finish, please. Then the main characters here, they are still almost the same thing as here, but it's just different. Then let me explain this one. When there's a single person acting one character, there'll be only Lee, which is a link point where to show an objective dot. The same thing for here, but if it's 2, sorry, one more. But if it's 2, it's like, but if it's 2, sorry, one more minute. And like I was trying to say earlier, if you have two or three or four, use UL, link and link, the UL. Then you don't forget to put an extra leave because that will make it better. Then the same thing goes for everything. Then secondary characters. Let me go to the secondary characters. The secondary characters are with the same thing. Let me just explain it very well. Class. This is just the headline of it. Then the ID is just secondary characters. And this is just the date section bracket. As you can see it here. And the same thing we explained here and here and here are being explained. Hold on one thing. You haven't learned about tables yet. So let me just lecture you on this. You see this table? The thing starts here. Not here, it's here. Let me just put it like this so next time you'll not see it like that. So first you have to explain it with the table. The T body and the width and the padding. You have to pad it too. Then the scope, the row span and the column span. Let me explain those ones. The row span is like how many rows you want, how many rows you want it to skip, while the column span is how many columns you want it to skip. Then the episodes. The episodes are just fine. Then originally aired is just with call span. That means it skips 2 columns. Then the same thing happens for this one, but the scope is column. Then let me explain this in details. Then this is for the top of the website. Finally, why in the intermediate part? Then like this is just for the height of the website. Then this is just for the topping of the website. Not navigation menu is there, personal tools are there. You have to put buttons. It's like those are like buttons there. Namespaces, variants, more, search, then navigation, contributes, tools, print or export. Then let me teach you about this, the footer. You can write the date like this. The link, the ID is footer last mode. That means when you last modified the website, this page was last edited here. That is true, very true. Then you can now have the footers, but the buttons at the bottom, of the website after the footer. Then this may happen with the second web page, but it does not happen with that one. Let me now go to the second one, and I will give you a big announcement. Let's go to episodes. This is the same thing like I explained, but it's going to be a bit different. You get to see how to make a colorful table. Let me just scroll down. And anyway, let me teach you something. How to do the colorful is this. You have to put the table as a wiki table, and then put this width to 100%, because if you do get it below or above, that is big trouble. Your table will be too big and too small. Then then the background color. That's how you apply the color to the table. That's how you apply color to the table. And then you put the width, and then you can put any word you want. Then let me teach you about how to make in these rows. Then the event, the class, then the background, F2, F2, F2. I know that one. It's going to be white. Then then you can see one and one here. Then you can see summary, but it's not available because I'm trying to make it simpler for myself. Then the crew, burr, I. This is supposed to be spur. Hold on a minute. Let me show you this technique. You can do Control R whenever you need help with something. Then let me do that error because that's supposed to be French. I'm waiting. Sp. Then let me see what one. Ta-da! That's how you do the trick. I haven't shown you that trick before, but the crew. Then after you can see the italic is for the text here. Then the language you want to put it in. I like Spanish, but I'll put it in Spanish for my own sake. Then the title is Spanish language text. La Pandilla. This is what mean the crew in that language. Then you can also put two more columns to represent the other two. Then the release date September 23rd, 2041. Then the same thing will happen to the other ones as well as that. So I'm not yet done with this website, but I want to come to a conclusion. I want to come to a conclusion first before I now leave and say my goodbyes to the video. So I want to make a big announcement. I'm not yet done with the website, but I'll make a part 2 in the next video. And I'll see you guys at the next video. And I'm so proud that you wanted to watch my video, man. I'll see you there. Bye. And this has been a great day.